In the covered plaza, the latent movement of Calder's clouds was transformed in an engaging parallax where time unfolded in a singular dialectics between the movements of the passerby and the specific environmental effects of the site. Inside the covered plaza, designed to connect the most significant public buildings of the university, the rectorate building, the concert hall, the main library, the hall of donor, and the aula magna, the viewer finds herself in a violently dismembered space, intersected by murals, bands of lights and shadow, sprouting patios filled with tropical vegetation, sculptures that punctuate the unexact path of the passerby, by ramps leading to the aula magna, balconies, and surrounded by its perforated screens of concrete that fragment the strong light of the tropics, the covered plaza, covered to precisely protect the passerby from the strong light of the tropics, delivers a labyrinthine space of unregulated coordinates where light transforms architecture into weightless space. A plan of the ensemble conveys the disunified feeling of dispersal, a sensation intensified by the perceptual experience of a variability of elements not representable on paper. The drawing itself, though, is fascinating. It attests to an unusual flexibility in the treatment of architectural space, like a formless mass, is spreading, embracing, and connecting buildings. And this is the slab of concrete that forms the covered plaza, and these are apertures, and this is the roof of the aula magna. Like a formless mass, spreading, embracing, and connecting buildings and interstitial spaces, the slab of concrete that forms the roof of the covered plaza celebrates its multiple apertures and its broken boundaries. Underneath the covered plaza, the topological figure of the inside is the outside, mathematically exemplified in the Mobius strip, is embodied in a public space of intimate scale that never remains the same and thus challenges perceptually its users by altering one's conception of a space as the local qualities of the site, its impossibly luminous light and leafy vegetation suggest trajectories. A space posited thus as interlocutor more than container of the action relies on circulation and usage, on the collective and public subjectivities that structure the architectural event. In Moholy Nagy's words, quote, one moves from low shelter areas to lofty halls, from narrow passages through dense vegetation to generous plazas inviting public assembly. End quote. Indeed, public assembly was encouraged by the protecting roof from sun and rain of the covered plaza, but also by its sheltering and intimate dimension. Closed in 1952 by the regime for fear of university opposition, when reopened, the university, the students of the university would become a key force in the overthrowing of the dictatorial regime in 1958. The year of 1952 is, of course, the year when Calder designed his acoustic panels and when Villanueva projected the public spaces which constituted the core of what he called, quote, the communal center of the university. At the time, he was seeking full support from the government for his expensive and unconventional project. It is important to note that after the 10th Inter-American Conference closed, all pending works of art to be incorporated in the project suffered remarkable delays. A pervasive shortage of synchronization between cultural, social, and political processes and institutions signaled the advance of modernity in Venezuela and structured the crux that made possible the integration of the arts in the core area of Villanueva City University. The modern vocation was there after the war, but the irregular growth of the economy, the uneven treatment of the landscape and the urban space, as well as the unorthodox deployment of institutional life, disclosed modernity's fictional teleology and instead revealed the inevitability of its contingency. To create models of representation that would respond and transcend the local conditions amidst a contradictory political situation was Villanueva's challenge. This challenge led him to confront the global nature of post-war culture, the rapid rethinking and transformation of French cultural models, and, most importantly, to produce a communal space for the student body with the full support of a fierce dictatorship. In passing, he delivered an irreducibly and complex place which, like its users, does not remain the same, but is always other, a possible world of experience and continuous exchange between subjects, objects, sites, and the socio-phenomenological field they inhabit. Thank you very much.